Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every game day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tiger stripe the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin', who day? Time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fitted. Blue day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we lit it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle. When we flex that, who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Stripes. Now who wanna move close on? Stripes. Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange upon 'em. Bengal bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Turnipole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here from the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the AFC North champion, back-to-back champion, Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe, smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,391 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter X and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button. Hit the bell for the notification. Every time I go live, you'll be notified. Kind of like yesterday. Corey couldn't come on until like 6, and then he got on, and then we actually went early. So if you subscribe and you hit the bell, every time I go live, you'll know. So you won't be late. Paul, talk to you. Anyway, as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down there. It's the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you guys got something cool you want to ask Maan, the man from Bengals Pulse, and if you guys don't watch his show, you should. He's part of Cincinnati Pod. Give me a super chat. Or if you just want to support the show, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And you know what? I'm not wearing it today because I'm going to the Cyclones game tonight. So, but I wear it almost every single day. It's Jackpot Joey. He's the greatest quarterback in the league. He is freaking back. I interviewed his calf 2 days ago. His calf said he's fine. Jackpot Joey's ready to go. He's going to kick some ass against Seattle. So if you want any of the stuff, the hats, the shirts, the flags, hoodies, any of that stuff, please go to Jackpot Joey 9. Where's that? There's 9.com. Portion of proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund, the Joe Burrow Foundation. The beer is at Brink Brewery. You can drink some of it. You can drink as much of it as you want tomorrow, because tomorrow is the Jackpot Joey Cornhole Tournament. We are having, I think it's starting at noon, but all the information is at Brink Brewery on their website or any of their social media. So go down there. You can enter a chance to play in the cornhole tournament. You get beer, you get some food. They're gonna have a chili cook-off down there. They got local brewer guys down there. You can check out different local brewers and stuff. It's gonna be a great time. So make sure you guys get there. And like I said, all the details are on there, and portions of the proceeds from the beer go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. All right, what's up to everybody that's in the chat? Strangers in there, Paul's in there, Coleman in there. Coleman, calm down. Don't have a panic attack. It's okay. It's all right. Augie's in there. Jeremy's in there. Brad Haas, my boy. Where you been at, Haas? What's going on, my boy? Pork Chop is in the house. All right, let's get to this. It's a fun football Friday. I have finally got to meet this man. It was the Baltimore game, and he's an awesome dude, firefighter from Florida, Bengals fan. Go check him out. He's Maan. What is up, my man?
Hey, man, how are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly fine, dude. And
Great. My AirPods just died. My AirPods just died, so I've nothing in my ears. What an honor to be on with the Iceman. You're an icon.
I think your mustache is an icon. I think that's right there. I can't pull that off. Mine doesn't connect.
I'm trying to be a tough guy fireman. You know, that's a fireman look. I'm, trying to fit in with my guys.
Exactly. All right, so Maan, let's get into this. Let's just, for people, I'm sure people, if they watch Cincinnati or they watch my show, I'm sure they watch your show. But just do me a favor, give everybody a background of how you became a Bengals fan, how you got with Ace and Zim on the Cincinnati pod, and how you started your own pod.
You know, man, great question. I was raised in southern West Virginia. And as a kid, the Bengals were always on Channel 3, which is out of Charleston. So every week I got to see the Bengals play and the Reds. I loved it, So I just became a diehard Cincinnati sports fan. Everybody in West Virginia is a Steeler fan, so I rebelled. I'm like, I don't want to be. Yeah. I mean, I showed them. They got all the Super Bowls. No, yeah. But I'm glad. They were always on TV, and so we moved to Florida in the '80s, it was really hard because it was always Dolphins, and the 12-1 Dolphins were playing the 1-12 Colts, and we had to watch the Dolphins every week. It sucked. But then DirecTV came around. We got to see the Bengals every week. Concerning Ace and Zim, we followed them for years on social media. And, we talked to him every once in a while, on direct message. But Jake was flying to the Super Bowl. We both went to the Super Bowl. He happened to sit next to Ace on the flight to California. They started talking, and then we exchanged numbers. And they said, hey, if you guys want to try to, get a show together. And we did. And we created the Bengals Pulse. And it's just two guys talking Bengals football. It's that simple. He's been a 20-year football coach. He's been coaching in Florida for years, so he knows the game, and we both love the Bengals, and we're having fun doing it. We're having a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Now, what day and how often is the pod uploaded?
Yeah, we have really weird schedules. We can't go live as much as we want to. We record Sunday night, post it Monday, and we record Thursday and drop it Friday. So during the season, we have 2 shows. Off season, we have 1. We want to get more involved, but that's going to come when I retire and we have more time. Right. But that's only a couple years away, so look out.
Now, I heard a rumor you were going to retire and move to Ohio.
Buddy, yeah, I hope the wife wants to join me. If not, I'll fly back every once in a while.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so just some updates here. It looks like we're pretty freaking healthy. Joe Burrow looks like the calf is – they're not going to say 100%. I mean, but I think it's close to 100%. He's been all year. T. Higgins – he's practiced every day this week. I said I didn't think he was going to play because I thought they'd take another week off along with the bye and then roll into the sucky Niners game. But with him playing or practicing every day, kind of looks like T might be out there. So, I mean, we're looking pretty healthy, I think.
Yeah, I would love to see T play. I think we could we need him because Seattle's a good team. But I agree with you. Earlier in the week, I'm like, there's no way he's going to play. They're going to, give him the week off. You get the bye week, and he'll be healthy for the 49ers. But I think it's trending that he's going to play. I know they said game time decision. Right. I think T's going to be out there. I want Cheeto to play also because Seahawks are super good. They really are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cheeto's been practicing too, so it looks like it. Now I got to ask this here, my boy Augie. He says, Jeff, ask him about his bloopers with Jake. What is Augie talking about? I got to hear this. I saw you smile when he posted put that up.
I know. Well, we recorded the show the other night, and we were talking about the run game of the Seahawks. How Pete Carroll loves to control the clock.
Yeah,
and sort of like the Ravens. Well, I took the L out of clock, and so. I was trying so hard to keep my composure. I'm like, I'll edit it. We're good. And then about 6 seconds later, I just lost it. I absolutely lost it. And I'm like, we got to re-record. I said, Jake. And it took us about a half hour to calm down because we couldn't stop laughing. So we had to scrap that show and start all over. And we posted a clip of that on Twitter.
And
it's got like 16,000 views. And I'm like, great, we're idiots. Thanks.
I got to get the blue check mark because I mean, people, I'm missing stuff on Twitter because I don't see as much stuff. I got to go. I just search people's pages to find stuff on Twitter. Now it doesn't pop up as much as I used to because I didn't pay for the subscription or whatever yet. So I need to do that.
Every chief at my fire department got a clip of that, and they started circulating it around the fire department. I'm like, great, I can't even catch a break at work. Come on.
I got to go to your page and check that out. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll laugh.
But hey, trust me, I've said I go live almost every day, so I've said some weird stuff on here, and I can't take it back. It just comes out sometimes. You're like, huh? Like, oh, never mind. You guys know what I meant. I didn't mean that. So, oh my goodness. But yeah, that's what happens. That's it happens, man. But
yeah, it does.
Good with that.
No, you're right. It does happen. And we're sitting there. I'm trying so hard to be stoic. Like, it didn't happen. I'm just going to ignore it. And then I lost it. I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah.
Try to no sell it like a wrestler. No sell. Oh, never mind. Screw it. I'm done. I'm out. And then once you start laughing, like it's over.
It was pitiful.
But yeah, it seems like I think Cheeto's practice. I gotta look that up. I know he was practicing limited. Let's say it was just a walkthrough, but I mean, it looks like he's trending in the right direction. And for me, Maan, this whole thing is with the Bengals getting healthier, and knock on wood, hopefully nobody gets hurt Sunday. We win in Seattle, take a week off, everybody gets even healthier, and we go into that game against the sucky Niners. And just picture this. Just say we're 3-3, and this week the national media is kind of like, oh, well, don't count the Bengals out now because, 2 weeks ago, we're dead. The Bengals, they're dead. No, they're not going to come back from this. Now the national media is like, oh, well, maybe. Just think. We beat the Seahawks. We shocked the world, beat the sucky Niners. How much talk do you think we're going to get then if that happens? Or I should say when that happens. I like speaking things into existence.
Everybody jumped off that bandwagon. They're going to jump back on. It's going to be, there's a weight limit. No, I'm telling you right now, you're absolutely right. And, we were talking about this the other day. They beat the Cardinals. Everybody goes, oh, they beat the 1-3 Cardinals. Big deal. Hey, the Cardinals took the 49ers, to the fourth quarter. I mean, they played them tough. They beat a good Dallas team. They could have easily been 3-1 going into that game.
Yep.
And beating them on the road by 14 points. Bengals should never apologize for that. Beating any NFL team on the road by 14, that's a quality win. I don't care what some of these reporters said in Cincinnati. But Joe Burrow, the way he played, I'm telling you, special. And San Francisco, I mean, listen, I just want to go one game at a time.
Yeah.
We got to beat Seattle, but I like what you're thinking. Like what you're thinking. Let's keep him healthy, and we can beat anybody when he's healthy. Anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing I want to point out, too, is that I got to give credit to my buddy Matty Myers. Going out to the West Coast, I mean, I know Arizona is not the West Coast, but, different time zone and everything. On the road, that's a big thing too. Just the time change and everything in general. It's a couple hours, but still, it's a couple hours. It's not easy to do that. So that's another thing where I think it bodes well for the Bengals. And one thing that cracks me up, I was listening to, I'm not going to throw his name out there, but I was listening to a podcast, and he was talking about how they forced Jamar Chase the ball and everything, and that's good. And they should just do that all the time and basically forget spreading the ball out. I'm like, why in the hell would you do that when you have probably we have T. Higgins, who on 99% of other teams would be the number one wide receiver. You got Tyler Boyd, who on, 50% of the teams might be a number one wide receiver. You got Joe Mixon. We all want to feed the ball. Why would you just go, I want to just feed Jamar? Well, eventually they'll try to figure out, I don't know if they can figure out how to stop Jamar, but they'll try to figure that out. So that's where I'm like, why would you have that mindset to just feed Jamar? Which I do think they should feed him.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on that. You got so much talent on this team.
Yeah. They can call me a homer all they want. We have the best trio of wide receivers in football. I mean, it's not even close. But I'll tell you, the game last week against the Cardinals, him having those 15 catches, I know what the Seahawks are going to do Sunday. Mm-hmm. They're going to do everything in their power to slow Jamar Chase down.
Yep.
So guess what? Tyler Boyd's going to eat. If T. Higgins plays, he's going to have a big game. Irwin, other players are going to step up. Yoshifus can come in and have a good game.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, exactly. But, I could see the Seahawks. They're going to, double, maybe triple team Chase. They don't want to get beat by him. Guess what? That's going to free up somebody else.
Right.
You know what? We protect Joe. We're going to win this game. I told you before. I said I've been a little wishy-washy. Yesterday I had a 38-17, and today I'm like, man, the Seahawks are so good. I playing at home, the Bengals. I know we lost to the Ravens at home. That stunk, but the Cincinnati is tough to beat at Paycor. Really tough. And I'm telling you, we're going to be 3-3 going into the bye. Look out, roster. I mean, it's going to be a reset of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Look out, NFL. Look out.
And the thing is, with the Ratbirds, we lost by 3 points. It wasn't like they kicked our ass. That's why I try to remind everybody. Yeah, you got beat by Baltimore. I said, yeah, by 3 freaking points. It's an NFC, AFC North battle. They're never easy. I don't care if they all suck. They're going to play each other tooth and nail to the death. That's just the way this division is. So it's never going to be easy. And the thing is, and one thing I'll point out too, you were talking about before the show, the key to me for the Bengals is stopping the run for Seattle. And that is my worry. That is my concern. I think our run defense was better in the second half against Arizona, but still missed some tackles, still not completely shoring up the defense like we've been used to the last couple of years. That is one thing that I do have a concern about, is our run defense. If we stop the run, and that's what you have to do against the Seahawks, we're going to be in good shape. But if we don't, it's going to be a little sketchy there.
You're right. Pete Carroll loves to run the ball, and that's what they're going to do. You know, Kenneth Walker is a great running back for the Seahawks. Charbonnet, the rookie from UCLA, I know the Bengals, a lot of people thought he was going to come to the Bengals because they worked him out. He's playing really well. They're going to run. I mean, it's really that simple. We stop the run, I think we win the game. The problem is, like you just said, the Bengals have struggled. I think they're giving up 150 yards a game this year against the rush defense has. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting. You know, our defense hasn't been the defense of last year or the year before. I think we're going to get there. You know, we have some communication problems trying to replace Bell and Bates. These young guys, you know, they're getting more experience. You know, I think people are trying to help them out a little bit. They're maybe overthinking things. The defense is going to turn it around. It's got to start this week. We got to contain those 2 good running backs for the Seahawks. If we do that, the Bengals are going to win, and they'll win comfortably.
Exactly. Now, Dax Hill has played great.
He has.
Nick Scott, I got to get his name. I keep calling him freaking Mike Scott. But Nick Scott, in coverage, I like him, but him trying to go for the kill shot every time is driving me freaking insane. And I'll tell you this, Maan, I kind of said this before the season started, that I think by the end of the season, Battle is going to be our starting safety. I think it might happen going to the – see, I don't know. It might happen going to the 49ers game, but that's that's a really good team to start a rookie at safety and a second-year one at safety. So that's where it might. But there's a good chance by the second half, I think Battle starts, or at least gets more snaps than Mike Scott does. Because unless Mike Scott starts tackling, which is what he's got to do.
I agree with you. You called him Mike Scott again.
Mike Scott. Mike Scott is the freaking Houston Astros pitchers from the 80s. I don't know why in the hell I keep calling Nick Scott Mike Scott. See,
and Augie, I did say control the clock. I said it right this time. Okay. No, you're right. I really think I think Battle is going to be the starter of the second half of the season. I think they pretty much split the snaps last week.
Well, he did. Well, Battle started the second half.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I don't think they called it a benching, but Nick Scott was on the sideline. And but Battle, you're absolutely right. I think he has a bright future. Hill and Battle are going to be the future at safety for the Bengals.
Exactly. Dale said he wanted. Dale's on here. He's like, "Where's my link?" You're coming on next Thursday, Dale. I can send you a link if you want to. Well, I can send you a link if you want one. I'm in the middle of doing something now. I'm kind of busy.
He's a good dude, man.
Oh, yeah, that's my dude, man.
They're good dudes, man. I tell you, I like those guys. No, but man, I tell you, I think sometimes we overthink things, and it's really going to be that simple. We have to control that line of scrimmage, stop the run. And if that happens, listen, they got good wide receivers, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. They might try to open it up, but I'm a West Virginia football fan. I love Geno Smith, but I know he's sort of reinvented his career in Seattle. He doesn't scare me. He really doesn't. And I think the best quarterback wins.
I'm with you on that. That's what it comes down to. We got to stop the run. I want to stop the run and make Geno Smith beat us, because I'll take that all day, every day. And I think Geno Smith has had a really good year. I mean, he had a really good year last year. He's not an elite quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's resurrected his career. But if you're going to beat Pete Carroll and the Seahawks, you got to stop the run. And that's where the whole key to this whole thing is to me. Another thing is, I would love to see Mixon get 100 yards this week.
Yes.
That would be huge. He got 81 last week. Which Zim, I thought Mixon looked really good. And Zim wasn't saying he didn't look good. He thought he looked better in other games. I honestly thought last week was Mixon's best game, to be honest.
Yes.
And one thing that Zim did bring up that I'm waiting for is that big shot, that long run. And Mixon is getting so close to getting that, I think. And I think the difference between this year is I don't think he's pitter-patting as much. I used to sit there and wait and then to hold it open. He sees it and he's going through it now more this year than he did last year. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I loved. I mean, he didn't have explosive runs last week. They had 30 rush attempts and 46 pass attempts. You know what that meant, though? We had the ball for over 37 minutes. Mm-hmm. That's what helps your defense. That time of possession was huge. If you look at our losses, the Browns had the ball for 36 minutes, the Ravens for 35, the Titans for 37, and the defense was just on the field too much. And when you got these young guys trying to develop things, but Mixon would get 4 yards, 3.5, 5 yards a carry, tough yards. I think he had 25 carries. Let's have that again. Let's do it. And you're right. I think he's one block away from getting a 50-yarder. I really do. But if we could have that type of, 40 passes, 35 rush attempts, that would be great.
Balance.
Yes,
balance
absolutely.
offense. Yeah, that's what you need. And we're getting close. And Maan, I don't know about you, but how excited. We were at RJ Simmons watching the game, and I was freaking the F out watching Joe Burrow throw that deep bomb to Jamar. I saw it, I'm like, oh crap! I'm standing up, like he's gonna do it. He threw it and hit him right in stride. Like yes, like holy crap! And the thing is, people forget about the one that the flea flicker that he almost hit with I think it was Trent Irwin. I think it was him. And so I mean, the deep ball's back to me. Both those right there, and they were both. I mean, Trenton missed it by that much.
I know.
If it's T Higgins, it's a touchdown. I think his T's a little faster.
Everybody's talking about Joe's calf. I get it. But somebody's been lifting some weights this offseason. That ball was about 62 yards in the air. If that was Josh Allen, it would have been on the sports. Look at this cannon. Look at this. Mm-hmm. And the catch by Chase, he just accelerated. That was one hell of a catch because Joe overthrew him almost. I mean, he put on the wheels and the way he caught that. But I tell you what, Burrow's arm strength is underrated. That was a shot. That was beautiful. That's honestly one of the best completions, and they've had a lot them too. That was beautiful. We needed to see it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, before the whole calf injury, I kept calling Joe Burrow. I call him Jackpot Joey. I was calling him Jackpot Joey because he was jacked coming into. He still is coming into the season, and that's going to help his arms because he always gets. He doesn't have arm strength. If you can throw, he threw it like you said, he would throw it at 60 yards.
Oh,
it looks pretty strong to me. So
that was a cannon. That was a cannon shot. That was sweet. Let's get another one on Sunday. Let's do it.
Exactly. Now this hurted my soul to do this, but the Squealers and the Ravens or Ratbirds are playing before. And I was honest, I was rooting for the Squealers. And I'm like, all right, I'll never think they'd do something good. I'm like, yes. I was like, great play. I hate you guys though, but good play. But I hate you guys.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, listen, they make fun of me. We have this little message thing we text back and forth to guys on Wednesday. Hey, look at this guy. Hey.
Out of nowhere. Just hanging out, decide to show up on my show, like whatever.
How'd I get here?
I don't know.
We're always on shows together. We're on the Bengal Army, everything. Come on.
It's because I love you, Maan.
Right. I love you too, buddy.
I love you, man. It's one big love fest.
Big virtual hug. How about that?
Oh, God, put your armpits down.
I can smell that.
It's a little sweaty in there.
I bathed today.
The sleeveless wonder is back. I love Augie.
All right, Dale. Since you're on here, and it's been a minute since you've been on here, what's your keys to the game this Sunday? What do you think we got to do?
Block. They had 11 sacks in their last game. They're coming off a bye week.
It was the Giants. The Giants suck.
Well, what I'm saying is they brought it from everywhere. I'm so glad Joe looked like Joe last week because Wagner, Brooks, and Witherspoon in the corner, they all had 2 sacks each. So 2 middle linebackers in a corner. That means they're bringing the blitz. They're bringing pressure. They're changing up their looks.
They don't run any stunts, do they? because we had trouble with that.
Oh, God, that was brutal.
That was bad. That's still something we got to correct. That and tackling, right? Tackle. Wrap up and tackle.
Well, one thing I think the offensive line again. I think it got better in the second half. I think they had a couple because I think it was Jake Lisco said on his podcast that he went back and watched the tape and there were stunts that they did that the offensive line did pick up in the second half. I haven't got a chance to watch. I'm just going by what he said, but that's good news.
They gave up 3 sacks in the first half, the offensive line. They didn't give up any in the second half. You're right. They played a lot better, and that was a big reason we won by 14 on the road. But that was hard to watch in the first half. That was, man, because Joe was taking some super hits. Man, I tell you, that dude, he is a tough son of a gun, man. He's not the biggest of quarterbacks, but he gets pummeled and he gets right back up. And I think it pisses him off. And he's like, you're waking up a giant there, but he's a tough dude.
Yeah, the one that I was excited about, but then I'm like, oh crap, was the first one where he jumped over the guy and then moved, and then he got freaking pancaked. So I'm like, oh, Joe's back. Oh crap, get up, because he got freaking drilled. But I was excited about watching him jump over a guy and move. Didn't like the end result. That was kind of bad.
Even our first touchdown don't happen without him feeling good and him feeling comfortable. Mm-hmm. He just moved slightly to his right and let it develop a little bit and threw it back to Chase. But it, like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, maybe the talk is real this week. Because he's been saying he feels better, but he actually looked better.
Well, I think he was feeling better, like really good in the Baltimore game. And he was kind of hitting at that, and then he re-aggravated. So that's where I think he was more cautious. And I know he said today or yesterday's press conference, it wasn't in his head. I think it was in his head. That whole Tennessee game, I think he felt okay. I think he's more cautious, too cautious to want to move. Because, dude, he went from a statue against Tennessee to running around like the old Joe Burrow in a week. And you don't get that much better in a week. I think it was more up here, to be honest.
I think that's a valid point. I think that's a good point because you're right. That Tennessee game was brutal. That's one of the worst Bengal games I've seen in years. And the 1 week difference, he's hopping around. Like the one pirouette where he's spinning around like you were just talking about it. When I saw that, I looked at everybody else at my house. I'm like, hey, man, I think this guy's back.
Yeah.
You can't do that with a busted calf. And I think personally, he's 80, 85% right now. And I think after the bye, he'll be close to 100. Look out, San Francisco.
Exactly. That's kind of, like I said, I'm kind of holding off on my San Francisco, but I'm dying to, because I'm like, I can feel it, boys. I can feel what's happening. And
1 week at a time, Jeffrey.
I know, Dale. I'm coming. But what the thing is, like, what drove me nuts is everybody with the first month, like, oh my God, this is so much worse than last year. I said, no, it's literally the same damn thing. I say it's just a calf injury, and it's not coming back from an appendectomy. It's the same freaking thing. And
I kind of thought it was worse than last year because this seemed like one of those injuries that how long before he's comfortable? It blows my mind, like you said. Maybe it was mental, the Tennessee week, and it was better.
You don't get that.
Yeah,
that
because it went from it was like a night day type thing. It's just a whole 360, 180, whatever. Flip, totally different.
When Chase said that he wanted him to play week 5, I thought he was trolling. I'm like, oh, man, that guy's playing us. After week 1 and week 2, I'm like, man, I think Chase might have known something because it was a little hard to watch. But, I think we turned the corner. I think we're going to see the Bengals that we saw last year and the year before. And we just got to make a run, and I think we will. I really do. I agree. 1 week at a time. I agree, but I'm always jumping ahead. 1 week at a time.
If Trevor Siemian was the backup quarterback they thought he was when they signed him, there's a good chance Joe doesn't play week 1 or 2, I think. But Trevor Siemian not performing and Jake Browning, the default backup, I think that had a lot to do with, Joe's got to get out there is looking back at it.
Well, to me, I think he's had to play through this injury, both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Like he needed to play through it to be Joe Burrow. Because if he just sat out and expected to come back, that's more weeks out. He was already out all training camp. He has missed so much time in these training camps that it's hard to get that rhythm and consistency and the rhythm with your receivers and your tight ends, which I still think Tanner Hudson should be tight end 1.
I've said that. We steal my stuff again. God.
I'm not stealing anything. We can agree. Like, I think it's obvious if you watch. Like, he just gets open, he makes more plays. I was huge on Irv Smith being only 24 years old.
I was saying Tanner Hudson in training camp. I liked him. Anyway, Maan, it's already 30 minutes. You got to get out of here, don't you?
I got to go. But I want to say something. I think Hudson. I think he's going to be on the active roster soon.
He
mentioned Battle going to be the starting safety. I think Tanner Hudson's going to be playing a lot of snaps.
Exactly. Hey, before I let you go, plug your stuff so everybody can find you.
Hey guys, Cincinnati Bengals Pulse every Monday and Friday. Iceman, Jeff, thank you so much for having me on. I'm honored. Dale, good to see you again, buddy. Love your show
brother.
too.
I love you, brother.
All right,
hey,
man.
Anytime, Maan. We'll do it again, brother.
See you, buddy.
Hooday. What's up, my boy?
It's chilling, man.
So, but get back to tight end. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying you're stealing my thing, but I mean, I was saying that I liked him, and I think I said this on Bruce, that I liked him in training camp and the game. I was like, I really like.
Yeah, well, and I don't go like you do.
Yeah.
But when Joe Gobert was there, it's just everything I seen, every clip that came out, it's like this guy's getting open, he's making plays.
Right. I was surprised he didn't make the initial roster, to be honest. I'm like, that one kind of surprised me.
Yeah, and the first preseason game I was at, and I'm like watching him, I'm just like, this guy's good.
Right.
Like we could use a guy like that.
And he can block because he blocked for Saquon last year. So, and he was out there with him. So, and I think Goodberry or somebody said that he was out there. So I know that's where I got that from. That's where I'm like, well, he can block, and why, and hopefully Irv Smith comes and balls out the market. I still think splitting him wide, the whole shot, I still think can be there. Yeah, I want to see.
I do too, but that's what I have written off. We did over-unders earlier on the Bengals and Brews, and I said I kept giving him the over every time he played. I said I can't. It's only 21.5. I'm like, I can't. I got to go under this week because
and the thing is,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, if you get Tanner out there, he can be that check down that Hayden Hurst was last year. That's one thing that we don't have. I mean, 2 check downs, the guys we don't have this year. Smaje, we haven't found anybody able to replace him yet. I mean, I know Mixon's done it, but another RB2 would be nice. And the tight end. Those are 2 things in the offense that I like to see. And I'm kind of thinking Travion might have a good game just from what happened last week where Joe actually went after him. I don't know.
Well, if you look at PFF, he's like 84.4s, 85.4, something like that. Travion as pass blocker.
Oh, yeah.
So to me, that like PFF, which I think PFF is very flawed, especially when it comes to the O-line. But it's saying that Travion is really trying, putting in an effort, has had some good pass blocking snaps. So obviously, Joe feeling better, we're going to just pass the ball more. But I've been wanting Mixon to get more carries whole time. Mm-hmm. And I said, if he gets 25 to 30, that's the recipe. He got 25 last week.
That's where I'm at. I'm hoping, and what me and Mom were talking about before, I got a feeling, dude, Mixon's getting close to breaking one. Not necessarily to the house, but, 10, 15, 20-yard run. Maybe to the house. I don't know. But, I mean, I just seem like he's running harder this year, I think, hitting that hole. And he's not like last year, he had a really good year, but I thought he got taken down more by the first tackler. I'm not seeing that this year. And that's where he's getting to the second level. Gets to that third level, it's a big run. And that's are things I would hope that we see tomorrow.
He's playing like the leader, which is, and he took the pay cut, all that controversy, in the offseason. But he took it. He took less money to stay here because he believes in this team. He's a captain for a reason. But every time he gets the ball, even when he was getting 7 carries, 12 carries, it didn't matter. Every time he gets the ball, he runs hard. Now, some plays are going to get stuffed. It is what it is. It happens. The defense, they get paid too. But he, like you said, has ran hard all season long. I've seen him just rumbling through, you have Corey Dillon on a lot. I'm not saying he's Corey Dillon, but you put that 28 on and the way he's actually just trucked through some guys and looks so smooth. There's been a couple times where it's like, oh, man, that's a good flashback right there. Seen that before with 28 wearing it.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, me and Greg had done it twice when Corey's on the show. We're talking about Mixon, and we call him Corey. He goes, "Well, it's the same number." I'm like, "Yeah, dang on it." But I mean, honestly, that's what I'm saying. It's like he is getting, he's running harder, he's hitting the holes more, and if the Bengals, and hopefully last week is a blueprint of what they're going to do 20 to 25 carries. And I think he has to do that. I know we like throwing the ball, and we're going to throw the ball. Joe's feeling better. He's going to throw the ball more. And I think, too, is sometimes the reason we don't run the ball as much is Joe checks out of it. You get the RPOs, and maybe, Zach actually wants him to run it. He sees something, and he decides to throw it. So that's the other thing, too, where hopefully Joe will take the run, and keep that going more instead of trying to take the big shots down the field. So, because I want more time on the clock killing, run the ball, keep these long drives, keep Seattle off, kill their will. That's what you do in big games like this. Kind of like what we did in the Buffalo game in the playoffs last year.
I see a lot in the chat over here about P. Ryan as a potential target. And a lot of people are really proud of you for saying his name correctly.
Yes, I heard. What, for trade? That's what I've been seeing. What, the trade for him?
Well, just because Denver is so bad, and they've already talked about giving up. Well, they released Frank Clark. So is that a guy you would want to bring in? He's been on Kansas City the last several years. He was Seattle.
Refresh my memory. I'm trying to think what position he plays.
He's a defensive end.
Oh, that okay.
He's actually ran his mouth about Burrow and toward Burrow. That's one of the things. And I believe he has some domestic violences, like whatever. Who knows the situations, but he's been playing in the NFL.
If he was more of an interior guy, yeah. But is he outside? I don't know. I'm having a brain cramp. I can't think of who he is right now. But if he's more of an interior guy, yeah. Because that's the thing because dude, you and me talked about this. We still haven't replaced Larry O.
No, and he's looked good. He's looked good for the Steelers in the games I've seen of theirs this year. Zach Carter is not taking the step that I think we both had hoped for too. That's another unfortunate one. He keeps getting the snaps. Osai snaps finally went up. I still don't understand why they didn't put him on injured reserve and maybe keep like a Raymond Johnson around that was playing so well in the preseason, because Osai is just now getting up to speed and we're in week 6.
Yeah. That would have helped out to put him on there, but I don't know. It's one of those things. Maybe they thought he wasn't as hurt. I don't know. I don't know why they do some of that stuff. I mean, it's like sometimes they're too nervous to put somebody on. They got it's got to be a broken thumb where they can't play. Like Chuck Sizzle, they put him on IR, which that one killed me, dude. I'm like, oh, he was doing so good.
He's only got like one more game after the bye, I think. So
yeah, then he's back. So that'd be cool. But all right, getting back to P. Ryan. If it doesn't cost a ton, I mean, you'd have to give up a draft pick, I guess.
Or like a pick swap. Like we'll swap 7th round picks. I mean, if you're going to swap like 7th round picks, what's it matter? But if you have to take on the contract, that's the thing.
Yeah, well, I don't even remember what he got paid, to be honest.
It wasn't anything crazy. I don't know off the top of my head either, but that would maybe be the only issue.
But yeah, I take P. Ryan back in a heartbeat. I think that dude's awesome.
Yeah, I seen this today. It was like, which one would you rather have back? Is Hurst or P. Ryan? Well, I would go Hurst because
that's where I'm at. Because I think they had that conversation on 5360 yesterday. I kind of went back and forth, and more thought I was like, I really want Hurst because I want that check down because we got Mixon, so unless Tanner Hudson is who we think he might.
Well,
be.
He's not even on the active roster, so.
Right? I know. So unless Irv Smith makes a jump and we're like, oh, okay, cool. Hayden Hurst is the guy I'd like to get back. Bobby, they're not going to trade him.
Yeah, they're not going to, and the Bengals aren't going to pay the $7 million, or they would have done, in free agency.
August asked me, I've been to practice all this week. No, I have not been able to make it down to practice at all. Sorry, I had to do run a property stuff because. But
I do think Pratt has not been on the injury list. I think he's good.
I think he's good. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about. I mean, I have to look at the injury report. I haven't heard anything about him not practicing.
Well, we were kind of hoping when he got that interception, it was more like, oh, the breath knocked out of him.
I thought it was.
Even Zach said shoulder, but hopefully quick back. And so maybe it was like shoulder, but it was more like he was
maybe got like a stinger or something in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, they didn't seem too concerned about it.
He's playing well. His percentage of the snaps was in the 90 like this week, and that's what he wanted, right? That he's like, I can play on third down, guys.
The couple weeks before that, he was playing okay. Last week was his best game that he's had, I think. I mean, he was making some he was missing tackles, dude. The week before,
everyone was. Mike Hilton had like 8 missed tackles going into the last week, and that's usually a season for him.
I love Mike Hilton. I'm still getting worried about him, man, because I mean they didn't pick on him last week, but he got picked on in the Kansas City game in the AFC Championship game, and he's got picked on early this year. And I love him. I hope he comes back, but I don't know. And Jalen Davis, who I think's a good slot.
Oh God. That's
Don't
the biggest
thing on the outside.
That's the biggest thing if Cheeto's out. You have to fill these guys in.
Right.
Game certain. He only had like 6 or 7 reps. 6 or 7 snaps Jalen Davis had, and we were all like, oh, really? It seemed like way more because he did not.
Well, he got just toasted.
And you don't want to see that against DK, Tyler Lockett, Smith and Jigba, Noah Fant, Kenneth Walker.
If you could keep him inside, keep him inside. He's not an outside corner. Like don't do that.
Or just on the bench. He's good special teams. Good special teams.
Hey, you think if how much longer do you think it's gonna be? And we know when this happened, Greg's gonna take his shirt off and run around his neighborhood and probably get arrested. But how much longer is it gonna take for Yoshi to really start getting some more? Because I thought last week he got one. I thought we got more targets, to be honest.
He'll get some, and I hope our red zone offense still doesn't look real great. And he's a bigger guy, especially if T's out. Hopefully he gets a little more in the red zone. But Trent Irwin, baby. I mean, 8 catches. That's all he does. Like, it's
and the punt returns.
Yeah, he did really good on punt returns, filling in for Chuck Sizzle. But it's so hard to like take out Trenton Irwin and give Yoshi those snaps when Joe trusts him. He has that. I got you. And Yoshi's still a rookie. It's hard. Like, I think Yoshi's talent is sky high. I don't want to knock on him, but all Trenton Irwin does is produce, so you can't take the snaps away from him.
And I'm so happy for Trenton. And I remember the Cleveland game last year where I think that was probably his best game, that one, or the Patriots game last year. One of those two, probably two.
Patriots, he almost had 3 tutties against the Patriots.
The Patriots probably, the Patriots. I always remember the flea flicker, the Cleveland game.
He almost had one of those this week.
Dude, we were talking about that. That's like, I don't know about you, Dale. When I was watching the first bomb burrow through, I stood up, I grabbed a chair, like, oh my God, it's coming. And then the flea flicker, I'm like, oh shit, let's go. I'm like, oh my God, it was so close. Like,
well, he got held. To be fair, on the replay, he clearly one arm is held. That's what's like, oh, the timing, this, that. Orlando Brown got beat, and it made Joe step up, blah, blah, blah. But he also got held. Like, it was a holding, pass interference.
And tackled. He got tripped and tackled on the he did on the interception. He got
that one's tougher though. That one's a tougher call, I feel like. Just because it's like if they're tangled up and there's a whole 5-yard thing.
Tangled up with his arm pulling him down.
I know. I'm with you. I am also a Bengals homer, but I'm just saying that one is way tougher. Like the one where the ref is just watching right there in the end zone. He gets his arm pulled down. It just throws off the timing that little bit. And it would have been 2 deep bombs for Joe Shiesty, Jackpot Joey, Joe Cool. Well, you don't like that.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. That's freaking Joe Montana. It's like, who was on here? God, somebody said, I had Jeff Carr on here. And I call Matt McClain Matty Bats. And he goes, I like that so much better than Matty Ice, because he's like, Matty Ice is Matt Ryan. I said, yes. I said, don't call Matt McClain Matty Ice. Call him,
I never heard anyone call him Matty Ice.
I guess the guy on Jeff Carr's podcast calls him Matty Ice.
That guy on Jeff Carr's podcast is a dumbass.
I'm clipping this out. Dale is back, baby. Look.
It's definitely Matty Bats.
Matty Bats. That's what I like.
It's Die Hard.
Yeah. Duh.
It's Matt McClain, Die Hard.
Duh.
It's not Matty freaking Ice. That is Matt
That's
Ryan.
as dumb as Joe Cool. I mean, God. That just hurts my soul.
I know it does.
Like,
We've talked about it.
He tortured me. Why would you call him that? I'll never understand that. You call him Shicey. Anyway, I've done this before. I don't need to do it again.
I know.
You see, you get me on here and you get me all wrapped up in my head. You're like, damn it, Dale.
Yeah, that feel good. Did that feel good?
It did. I feel better.
You missed saying that.
Yeah. So, you got anything going on with your shows? I mean, you got anybody coming on? You know, like maybe a running back for Bengals or anything coming on next week?
Yeah, I think we might have him Tuesday. Like I told Greg, I'm like, you know, if you want to have him on like once a month, that's cool. Just kind of catch up on happenings around. He really loves him some pork chop. I know he loves.
He loves pork chop.
Besties.
Yeah,
he loves him some pork chop, man. Because it's just funny. Pork chop was like, yeah, back 3 months ago, and I was like, Corey Dillon.
Fuck Corey Dillon. I love Corey.
I'm like, oh my. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. You know, I just got a whole thing prepared of like good stuff. You know, like
Dude,
all these stats, and I'm sitting there like, this could go really bad really quickly.
Your show, when you started off, it was, hi, I'm Dale Ullman. Welcome to Bengals Brew. Pork chop goes, I said, fuck Corey Dillon. And then it was just pork chop and Corey talking for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I get to work. I like, that's a long time for me. I like to talk too. I'm just like, I can't even get a word in. I was like, yeah, you're really good. Like I felt like I was the fluffer, you know.
Like, I like Corey Dillon a lot. And then Chop keeps going back at it with him, but it was cool. I mean, you know, I like it. I like it that it was fun to watch.
No, and Corey's he's a good dude, man. That's what Chop based a lot of that on, was seeing him on your show. He was like, you know, at first I just thought you were, oh, okay, he wants to get in the Ring of Honor. Yeah, he's going to make these appearances and do this and that. But it's like he comes every week and he shows up and he brings insight and he's just a dude. He's just a dude. Like, that's the thing. Like, here's the Bengals all-time leading running back and he comes on your show and just hangs out.
Yeah.
Like, and he's a human and he's funny and he's charismatic and he's honest. Like, he's honest. He's just honest. Like, hey, this is how this was. This is this. He's very on. I love what you've done with having Corey on.
Yeah, I've had an absolute blast, dude. And he was telling me this the other day that, you know, and people don't realize this. You're like all you see is the fame, the awesome, the money. You get to go play football, make all this money, and everything. He goes,
you're a person.
But dude, he goes, I couldn't go to the grocery store. And I'm like, when he said that, I'm like, dude, what about Joe Burrow? Where can he go? He can't go anywhere. That's the thing, is like people don't get. It's like, yeah, you're famed.
It's worse now. It's worse now because of the social media age.
Right.
Somebody will have a camera on Joe if he's at Kroger, you know.
Yeah. You got to constantly watch what you're doing, where you're doing that, what you're saying. Like, Joe's like, I got to stay home. Like, hell, I think I would too if I were him. I'll just stay home. Like, it's safer there. You know, like that's the thing. Is like Corey's like, he's like, I wasn't prepared for all of the stuff, you know, and you know, he's like, hey, I was young and frustrated, and you know, shit happens. That's
he's honest, dude.
Yeah. So it's been awesome getting Corey on the show. Anyway, dude, you got a score prediction? Did you give one on your show earlier today?
Well, see, I did the reverse jinx last week, and I picked so I did that on the Wednesday show, and I wasn't on the Friday show last week, so I was on the Friday show today. I think I went like 31-17 Bengals being on the Friday show, like without the reverse jinx. I think we're going to get over 30 again, like last week. Joe moving around. Jamar has really found his great. He is always open. Mm-hmm. And
by the way, you game where we're at Chop Shop, just or Bengals Brews.
Chop Shop. Chop Shop.
Chop Shop.
But yeah, I think 31-17. I think they have a good team. That Russ Wilson trade for them, I've talked about it all off season. Man, they got so much for that. It's unreal. Noah Fant's playing really well at tight end. That was just a slight piece of it. They got tons of draft picks, all kinds of stuff. But I just think when Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow, we're at home. We need to be loud. We need to be loud. Even though it's a 1:00 game, we need to be loud as fans. We need to be pumped up. We need to be into the game because every little bit helps. A third down, one false start could be the difference in the game.
And you know what's going to be cool about this game? You're actually going to be sitting behind me this time instead of those other two you sold the tickets to. Which they're nice guys, but Me and Jay, we
Just
stand
say
up the
you
whole
miss
time.
me.
Oh, of course I missed you.
Just say you miss me.
So, me and Jay are standing up. We stand up the whole time. After about 10 minutes, the guys finally stood up behind us. I go, I think they finally figured out we don't sit down. Like nobody in that section sits down.
Well, and if anybody is tailgating and wants to swing by, we have a 50 West Brewery sponsorship for Bengals and Brews. We have over 4 cases of beer. I'm not going to drink all this beer.
Well, you have before.
I mean, I could. I'm not going to.
Going to.
So swing by, help me drink the beer in Lot 1. If you know where Bengal Bomb Squad is or whatever, Lot 1, rally around the Natty flag, Bengals and Brews flag. Yeah, swing by. We got a bunch of beer. We're just going to be handing out beers and koozies.
And if you want a variety, you can go to Lot B, because that's where Maddie's going to be, because I'm going to be going back and forth. I promised Pork Chop and Greg I would show up to Lot 1, so I'll be there. But if you want some of this too, go to
Jackpot Joey is delicious beer.
Well, 50 West is a good beer too. I mean,
I'll trade you. Bring me
some.
some Jackpots and I'll give you some 50
you.
West to take back.
I got you.
Get a good trade going.
I can't give you any of these. I drank all these already.
Yeah, that happened.
It's just, it happens. All right, man. Well, I'm going to get the hell out of here because I got to go watch the Cyclones game. You want to plug anything or just leave?
Nah, I'm going to head out. I love you all. It's been a long time. I love you, Jeff. Keep killing it. You're the man.
Ice Brew Day's coming Thursday. Ice Brew Day's coming Thursday.
Who dey?
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. That's my dude, Dale. Like I said, he's going to be on the show Thursday. I didn't know he'd be on today until he told me to send him a link, so I did. Anyway, let me get to the live Facebook groups that let me live stream, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. They are Who Dey Nation, Who Dey Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, and you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and TikTok. Twitter X handle is at Jeff A. Trenable. TikTok is at Iceman90. Also on Threads, if I didn't say that, you can look them all up under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'll be pulling a side off later on tonight. Well, hopefully I will, because I forgot to do it last night. I should do it, but just check out any of the shows. It's on a podcast on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure rate, like, and review. Give a 5-star review and a comment some more Cincinnati fans and find my podcast. YouTubers, you're at 2,391 subscribers. Do me a favor. Hit the likes, hit the thumbs up. I know I'm going. You want to say hi to everybody? Here, this is
Yeah,
Chandler.
what's up?
This is Chandler.
What's up?
Yeah, I got to finish my show. You want to go?
They're gonna be good this year.
The Blue Jackets are going to be good. Shut up. You messed me all up. Hit the likes, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Share this out. You guys have a wonderful weekend. And like Augie just said here, I'll pop it up for me as I scream it. All right, you ready? Here we go. Everybody gonna say it with me? Probably nobody's gonna say it with me. I'll just say it by myself. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, everything they is a beast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle dripping heat, tigers strike the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you reppin' who day, time to put your hands up. Bingo stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fitted. Who day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes be tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who got 'em, who like it? to the beast of feasting on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on